Okay, so I want to go back to what we were talking about. So you spoke a lot about different things that people can do in terms of growth. How did you learn all of these things? Did you like take like a master class, or did you just sit and figure out on your own?
There
What
is
was it
nothing
like?
on YouTube or nothing on online sources. I don't know why, but I think it should not be there also. When I started 2018,
Wouldn't you want to make a course on it if there's nothing on it?
I teach viral marketing on Growth School, but see, these are very nuanced things. Like I'll tell you an example. I teach the engineering and formulation process side of that. How do you read a retention data? How do you read data and see ki, okay, if there is a jump on this graph, that means people are sharing that content, and hence you should cut that piece of content and put out a reel on that. So I teach the formal side, but the question comes whenever I do that cohort is, I have a restaurant business, what can I do? Now, then you take a consulting wala thing. The point is, these are very nuanced questions. You can't teach it. You can't put out a blog.
It's very
and do that.
subjective, you're saying.
Very subjective. It depends on, let's say you may not have technical know-how. You may not have a videographer. Not everyone has the luxury of videographer. You are in metro, you will get great editors.
Right.
I come from a city called Cuttack. There are not great editors. I can't do great editing like a Think School does or someone else does. Then वहाँ पे मैं कभी भी कंपनी नहीं बना सकता and everything. तो that's why it's a very nuanced thing. Depends on your budget, depends on your team strength, depends on what your brand stands for, depends on what you want to achieve. It is not mandatory कि okay, if a brand puts out reels, they will get more sales.
Right.
It is not mandatory. There are other ways to do sales and everything. But yeah, that's why I feel you can't do, and hence there's a word called first principle thinking, which is nothing but कि you figure out, you look at the problem, break those problem down, experiment, run experiment, be bold, fail hua, and then you figure it out.
Got it.
That's the growth culture. Growth culture is run 50 experiments per week, per 2 weeks. 40 it will fail, but do jeetega. And that's how you'll learn. That's how I learned.
Understood.
I learned YouTube SEO via that. I learned how to read retention graph via that. Currently, there are some resources you can still figure it out. But like, I'm pretty sure you are also learning every time.
Yeah,
कि, okay,
yeah, of course.
कौन सा podcast चलेगा, podcast का entry sequence क्या करें.
काफी कुछ सीखा है in the last 2.5 years in terms, and it's been on the job. It's not something that has been taught to me.
Correct. But can you ever find कि okay, how to promote a podcast? Yes, maybe, but those are see,
It's
everyone
generic advice.
Very generic, like,
and it doesn't apply.
It doesn't. Like, also, I have a problem with generic. Actually, I'm okay with generic, but I'm not asking for basic. जो already पता है, generic और basic में difference है.
Correct. That's also true.
इतना basic, like
कभी तो like I watch some videos and I'm like, what is the shit? Like it's utter crap.
Yeah.
And people are watching it, and because there are a lot of people that want to get into it, right? People are watching it and getting influenced by it, but it's actually not anything helpful when I see it from like an experience point of view.
True. Yeah. I have a say on experience in 2023. It is different than 2021. I was speaking your words during that time. Right now, मेरा ना point बहुत simple है कि let's say before even I say कि okay, आपका ना video में aesthetic सही नहीं है, मज़ा नहीं आ रहा है, I will simply ask कि tell me your retention. If you say 50% ना, I will not say anything. That's it. If it is working for you and see, video में views matter नहीं करता. Retention matters. It doesn't matter 1 million people are watching it. What matters is 50,000 people are watching till the end.
Till the end, yes.
That's it. Agar if that is happening, I have nothing to say. You put Spider-Man in the background, or you do Nanga dance, nothing works. Nanga dance always works. That's a different thing. But retention is king.
Key.